Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one... over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Again, it's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. When it was 3rd down defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
No, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out come the Chiefs now. It's Ware. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2. The play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. To throw with Simeon. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Macklin, the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Simeon. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. On 4th down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pulled in at the 24. It's a net of 40 there. Punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down. I got number 23. I got you, 23. Mary left, Mary left.
Now the former Utah man, this is Devontae Booker. Booker coughs it up, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Anything to make of this or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight. All the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Leopard! Leopard! Gone! 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 Gone!
On 2nd down, here's Simeon. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
From the gun on 3rd, Simeon. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Now on the return, Brendan Langley. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. Keenum to throw on second down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now a handoff looking right. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that.
Roger, roger, roger. Roger, roger, roger.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Jam, jam. 22. 22.
From the gun on third down, Keenum. And he fires one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, look at 56.
After the interception, here's Simeon. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
2nd and 10, Simeon again. And going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. A strong running. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Incomplete. That one intended for his fullback, John Kuhn. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. And he's got Booker. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. On 1st down, it's Simeon. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. He's going to float this one deep, and that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
On 53. Roger. Jam. Jam. Cut.
2nd and 10. Keenum here again. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. Keenum to Sanders for the Denver 1st down.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender. Made him
what do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. They set up the screen to Booker. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. From the 50, it's Keenum. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On first down, Simeon. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon Marshall, the linebacker, able to make the play defensively.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7th. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, yo, it's yo, it's yo. 56, the mic, boys, 56. Hey, orange, orange. Orange, orange. Roger, roger, roger. Cut.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum looking deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a 1st down throw, Simeon. That's going to be caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Butker now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And coming out now, the Broncos. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
Let's go, let's go.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They fake the handoff. Now Keenum. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Broncos on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16.
22! 22! 22! 22!
A shotgun snap for Keenum. And that is incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Simeon on first down. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on second is Simeon. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now third down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The Chiefs on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A shotgun snap for Simeon. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the kick by Butker is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Let's go, let's go.
On second down, here's Keenum. And that is incomplete here. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Throwing is Keenum on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On 1st and 10, Simeon. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. D. Ford coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
22. 56, Mike, 56, 22.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Here's Marquette King now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's taken in at the 9. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Airing one out for Macklin. Deep downfield. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now Simeon, they're going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And that stretches the lead to 27. Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. Steps away to his left. Finds Jake Butt over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, it's Keenum. And Thomas has it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now Keenum again. First, and now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. Detroit! After the interception, here's Simeon. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The final shot before half for Keenum. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And this one is incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it now. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A second down carry for Booker. And he's got room. And now running right through it. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Here's Keenum now on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Hitchens. In from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Shotgun snap for Keenum. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On the ground, this is Ware. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! 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 Gone!
On second down, here's Simeon. throwing middle, but it's incomplete. It was Darian Stewart that time who was able to knock the pass away.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
The Chiefs on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Simeon. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
This is taken at about the 14. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
He got 29 yards that time. Keenum now on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Keenum again here on 2nd and 10. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Past the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Keenum now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Keenum. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Well, the obvious goal is to try and score a touchdown, but at the least, adding to a pretty big yardage total for his intended receiver there, huh?
Yeah, well, when you've got a guy over 150 yards, keep chucking it deep to him, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You can get it to him short, and he can make plays that way, but I like what you just said. Throw it to him deep and get it in a big chunk.
But incomplete on that try.
Detroit!
They are going to go. It's Simeon. He is going to find Hill here. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Simeon now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. The Chiefs on 3rd down, as bad as you can be, 0 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They run again with Ware. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They snap it to Simeon. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule. So if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest that. That's just who they are.
And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Keenum now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Keenum now to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Keenum. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Justin Houston in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll pitch it to Booker. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Allen Bailey in on the stop. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
The Broncos on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Keenum going to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanders. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Roger.
desperation time for Keenum on fourth. He's going to... And now here's another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Gone! Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. I'm going back to you. I'm going back. Gone! 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 Gone!
A shotgun snap for Simeon. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
To throw on second is Simeon. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
Barney! Detroit! Detroit! Barney! Gone! 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 All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, here's Simeon. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. That's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
22! 22! Down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Down.
Keenum will try again on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Allen Bailey in there to get him for a loss of 5.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, orange! Orange!
From midfield. Here's Keenum. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his third pick of the game. Instead, it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Mary left, Mary left.
Third and long. It's Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Roger, Roger, Roger. Hey, all right.
Now Keenum got to have this one. And they hit him as he throws as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And this defense will take over right at midfield. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10. From the 50, it's Simeon. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Simeon. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing on third down, Simeon, and that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
On fourth down, Simeon. And this is caught. He hits Macklin. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Gone! 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 Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Mary left, Mary left. On 53.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Broncos on third down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
22! 22!
Throwing is Keenum. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
Down.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
22! Hey, orange! Orange! 55, 52.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. D. Ford in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with 1 in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So for Kansas City, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.